Okay, good morning. It's 7 a.m. and I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight into my home practice. What I do on a daily basis is nothing more than 20 or 30 minutes to help me stay fit, stay healthy. And I want to share that with you so that you can help your body get better. So in the morning, our bodies are quite stiff. The first practice for today is going to be a little bit slow, a little bit gentle, just to get the body moving. But before we do anything, I need you to first learn how to sit, right? I want you to bring one heel into your hip joints. Bring the other ankle directly in front so your knees are wide. You place your hands on your knees. Lengthen up through the spine. Keep your chin parallel to the earth and close your eyes. Just take a moment to settle in. Just quietening down. And perhaps being aware of every sound around you. And slowly bring that awareness closer to the flow of your breath. See if you can feel the power of your exhale against your top lip. Or can you feel the breath move all the way down to the belly? We're going to do something called the yogic breath, where we're going to breathe correctly, perhaps for the first time in our lives sometimes. So what that means is I'm going to need you to bring one hand onto your belly. Keep your eyes closed. Just hear my voice and it'll be enough to guide you today. Okay? So one hand on the belly. Now, on the inhale, let your ribs lift and let your belly expand into your hands. And on the exhale, slowly squeezing in your belly as you release the air back out. We're going to do this 4 more times. Inhale, ribs lifting, spine lengthening, belly outwards as much as you can. And on the exhale, squeezing in your belly as you release the air out. 4 more. Inhale, ribs lifting, belly expanding. Let your belly expand into every finger. And slowly use the pressure of the fingertips to bring the belly back in. Keep your eyes closed. We're just going to do 2 more. So ready? Inhale, expand, expand, expand as much as you humanly can. And on the exhale, slowly squeezing in your belly as you release all the air back out. 1 last time. Inhale, ribs lifting, elongate the spine upwards as your belly expands out. And on the exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly squeeze your belly back in. Keep your eyes closed, your hands come down to your knees. What we just did is to set the breath for our practice. Most of us breathe really, really short breaths. But if you see a cat or a dog, it leads really short spans of life because its breath is too short, too fast. As human beings, we want longer lives to do more meaningful things, and that means longer breath. Keep that breath in mind. I want you to practice it through the whole class. I'll give you cues, but just let that become the natural rhythm of how you breathe. All right, let's move to our asana practice. So just coming into balasana, which will have both your knees touching the outer edges. Your toes touch as your hands reach out towards the front of the mat. Try not to rest the elbows. Just lengthen and connect your forehead to the floor. As you sit in this posture, I want you to try and set an intention for this morning's class. And if no intention comes to you easily, today I invite you to set an intention of awareness. Don't let past habits or fears control your present movement rather. Just be aware and move with awareness, letting my voice guide you through the whole class. With that intention, walk both hands towards the right side of the mat. Lengthen, stretch, and feel the entire body, especially the ribs, elongate. Reach with your fingers like you're growing a few inches taller, longer. Stretch. Slowly coming back to the center and gently in the opposite direction. Again, forehead still connecting, ribs still expanding. Lengthen, let it go. Gently come back to the center. Reach out with your fingers. Let your forehead still stay connected to the earth. With every inhale, claw further with your fingertips. And with every exhale, push the hips a little bit further towards your heels. Feel the entire spine stretch out for another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly look forwards to the fingers. Root down through your fingertips. Imagine you want to claw your fingertips all the way to the floor. Hold the mat that tightly and don't let go. Now, no more moving your hands. We're going to do something I call a cobra roll, okay? So ready? On your inhale, lift up through the lower spine, through the mid-spine, just doming the body. And gently moving as slowly as you need. As you slowly drop your hips down, let your legs splay open. Shoulders draw back as your head draws back as well. Slowly from here, round the shoulders, pull in the belly, lifting your hips up. Getting your toes to touch as the hips go back towards the heels. Same movement 2 more times, just bringing fluidity into the spine. Inhale, rise. Just feeling it through every bone, every muscle. Like the days or the weeks before tension is releasing as you move. Drop your head back, release. Slowly rounding the shoulders, pulling in through the belly. Move as gently and as slowly as you need this morning. You don't have to keep in pace. 2 more. Inhale, rise. Feel it through every bone in your spine, and especially as your hips drop and shoulders pull back. Feel the tension release from the upper back. Slowly round the shoulders, squeeze in through the belly, lifting your hips up. Get your toes to touch as the hips fluidly move back towards the heels. Last time, okay? Inhale, feel it. Feel it across the entire back. Gently drop, roll back the collarbones, drop your head back, stretch. From here, all I want you to do is look forwards, bend your elbows. We're coming down for 3, as slowly as you can for 2. Last breath. And for 1. Bring your inner thighs to touch. Make sure the toes are pushing down into the floor. Adjust the hands by your side. We're going to do baby bhujangasanas, only using back strength, all right? So ready. Inhale, roll open, lift. You can release your hands to test if it's only using back strength. And slowly release it back down to the earth. We're going to do that 2 more. Inhale, rolling open your hearts, lengthening and stretching. Toes still down on the floor. And on the exhale, release the chest back down to the earth. 1 last time. Inhale, roll open your heart, lengthen, stretch. And if you're feeling a bit strong, maybe interlace. Don't let the fingers rest on the bum. Pull and point back towards your heels. Slowly release. Bring your fingertips outside the mat. We're going to come into a little thing called the spider cobra, forming these mountain-like shapes and feet a little bit wider. Ready? Inhale, rolling open, lift up using fingertip strength. And on the exhale, slowly lower the chest back down towards the earth. We'll do it 2 more. Inhale, lifting up, stretch up. And on the exhale, slowly lower the chest back down to the earth. Last time, guys. Inhale, rolling open, lengthen, stretch into the spine, getting deeper. And on the exhale, slowly bringing the chest back down. Bring your legs back together, toes and heels touching, big toes pushing down, hands by your side, elbows framing your ribs. No hands outside, make sure they're squeezing in. Full Bhujangasana, ready? Inhale, roll open your heart, lengthen, stretch up. And on the exhale, bend the elbows as you gently and slowly lower the chest back down. On the next 2, try and pop your knees off. Inhale, rolling open, lifting, stretch. Stretch into the belly, the back, and on the exhale, drop the knees, bend the elbows, coming down. If that's hard, keep your knees down, but if you're feeling strong, try it again. Inhale, rolling it open, lengthen, stretch. From here, wherever you are, just roll over your toes. We're coming into that downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make sure you pull the belly in, lengthen your spine, heels fighting to come down. I like to bicycle my legs here. That just means bending one knee, straightening the other, stretching the whole body out. Sometimes I even like to lift my heels and spin it to the left and then to the right. This movement helps me stretch out whatever tensions that I've built over the night. For another 2 and 1. Slowly look forwards to the fingers. They haven't moved right from the beginning. We want to slowly make our way all the way to the front of the mat. Grab hold of either elbows, you sway. Keeping your Ujjayi breath alive if you haven't lost it already. Slowly release your hands, round through the shoulders, pull the belly in. As we gently and slowly roll all the way up to standing. As you reach up with your fingertips, grab the energy of the universe and bring it to your third eye center, your forehead, and straight to your heart. We're going to begin our practice properly. Set your intention, remember it in awareness. Don't let past habit control you. Ready? Inhale, reaching it up to the sky, lengthen. And on the exhale, lead with your heart as you come as close to the floor as you can. Make sure the weight is pulled into your toes, squeezing in that belly. Place your hands on the thighs, roll open the shoulders, lengthen, look up. From here, exhale, plant your hands, walk both legs back, coming into a beautiful high plank. Draw back your collarbones, squeeze in through the belly. From here, either knees down or knees off, your choice. Shift forwards, but lower the chest down. Slide it up to the sky again, into that upward facing dog. And from here, squeezing in your belly into a downward facing dog. Looking forwards to the fingertips, walk all the way. Hands on the thighs, halfway, spine is straight. And on the exhale, lower your chest back down to the earth. Inhale, reach it up to the sky and bringing your hands right back to heart center. This is called the Surya Namaskar A. We're going to do it 3 more times, okay? So ready. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, down to the floor. Weight into the toes, remember. Inhale, hands on the thighs, spine is long. And on the exhale, plant, step back, hold a strong, beautiful high plank. On or off your knees, your choice today. Edge of toes, lower the chest down. Squeeze in, roll open your heart at upward facing. And from here, into that downward facing. Looking forwards, step. It's the first few in the practice. So let your body relax, halfway lift. And down. Reach it up to the sky. Bring your hands right back to heart center. 2 more, guys. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, belly in as the hands go down. Inhale, hands on the thighs, spine is long. You know it now. Exhale, plant, step back, high planks. Don't let the butt drop. Keep it lifted. Edge of the toes. And then slowly lower it down. Roll your heart up, lengthening. And on the exhale, into your downward facing dog. Looking forwards, step. Into your halfway lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And bring your hands to heart center. Last time, okay? Inhale, reaching it up to the sky. And on the exhale, slowly lower the chest back down. Inhale, halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant, step, hop, jump, depending on how you're feeling. Stay, hold, it's your last Surya Namaskar A. Stay steady in the posture for another 2. 1. On or off your knees, lower the chest and slowly slide it back up to the sky as you then move into that downward facing dog. 4 of these and I'm already covered in a sweat and hopefully you are too. The Surya Namaskar is meant to not only build heat but also help you work out almost every muscle, every bone, every sinew within your body, internally and externally. For 2 and for 1. Slowly from here, I want you to bend your knees and come into all fours. That makes sure just the hands are underneath your shoulders. Your fingers are still widely spread. Your knees are underneath your hips. You should look like a table. It's called tabletop in English. So we're just going to move up and down. So on the inhale, lifting your head up, looking up to the ceiling. And on the exhale, squeezing in through the belly as you look to the belly button. 2 more of the same. Inhale, rolling your heart up, lengthen, look up. And on the exhale, round the shoulders, pull the belly, look within. Once more, okay? Inhale, looking up to the sky, stretch your spine. And on the exhale, slowly round the shoulders, squeeze the belly, look within. Come into a neutral spine. Don't worry about the heat or the sweat. Extend the right leg. Bring your knee to the nose 5 times. So I want you to exhale, belly in, touch the nose, and release. For 2. And slowly reach. Keep the thighs tight. For 3. And reaching out. 2 more, okay? For 4. Try and touch. And release. 1 last time. For 5. And release. I want you to curl your right toes to the very back of the mat. Nothing shifts. Slowly just lift the left leg up to the sky into our 3-legged dog. Make sure the hips are not tilting open. They're facing the floor. I want you to slowly from here bring your left leg and drop it in between your hands. Spin your back heels down. We're going to lift the hands up, coming into Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Sit deep. Settle in. Yoga is not about just holding the posture. It's about being in the moment. Feel everything your body's feeling. If it's trembling, it's sweat, whatever it is, feel it, be it. For 3, acknowledge it. For 2, 1, open the hands out, coming into a Virabhadrasana 2. Make sure the back knee is not bending, but straight, and the weight is in the outer edge of the right foot. Sit a little bit deeper if you can. Hold for 2. 1. Your left hand will come down to the floor as your right hand reaches for the sky. Make sure you're not rolling in or collapsing, that the shoulder is in line with your knee. You're bending a little bit deeper as you reach up with your fingers for 2. 1. Slowly from here, bring your right hand where the left hand is. Reach up with the left hand and lift the heels off on the back leg, coming into a beautiful twist that will assist with digestion. Lift the heels off a little higher, sit a little bit deeper, twist a little bit stronger for 2. 1. Slowly bring the left hand down, your right knee down. Straighten the left leg, go in for a nice little stretch of your hamstrings. Breathe. Stay. The practice will ebb and flow like this, like water. Our job, though, is not to get lost in the waves, but to stay like the lighthouse. Eyes on your toes. Stay for 2. Pull your belly in. And for 1. Slowly bending the left knee, bringing the hands on either side, curling the right toes and lifting that right knee back. Squeeze in through the tummy. Slowly plant the hands down, step the left leg back into your high plank. Edge of toes, you know where we're going. Lower the chest down. Slide it up to the sky and into your downward facing dog. Just once more on the other side, okay? So bending our knees, this time left leg out. Knee to nose 5 times. Make sure hips are not opening. I tend to make that mistake, but consciously correct, adjust. Knee to nose, ready. Exhale and out. For 2, touch your nose no matter how challenging. Okay, 3, pull the belly in and stretch. 2 more. 4, tighten the left thigh, and last one. For 5, almost like someone's going to pull the leg to the very back of the mat. Curl your left toes down. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Again, watch that you don't open the hips. Your toes are facing down towards the floor. Stay, stretch. Bring the right leg in between the hands and slowly spin the back heels down. Open to Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. Again, sit into your right thigh. Shoulders twisting to face the front knee. Roll your arms inwards, sit deeper. Hold for 3, 2, 1, open to Virabhadrasana. 2, relax the shoulders, pull in the belly, sit a little bit deeper. So round 2 on this side, hold and stay steady for 3, 2, 1. This right hand comes down to the floor, shoulders and knees in the same line, eyes on your left fingers. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand where the right hand is. Lift the right hand up to the sky and slowly lift the heels off. You're into a slightly deep twist. Bend into the right knee, but keep the back knee lifted. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring the right hand down. Drop the left knee. Straighten the right leg. We're stretching. Letting go. Pull your belly in. Stay. Just here for another 3, 2. Release all the tension. Make sure the toes are up and that your legs are not swelling in one direction or the other. Roll back the collarbones and lengthen with your spine for 2, 1. Bend the knee. Hands go down on either side. Curl the left toes. Lift the knees off. Stay steady. Squeeze in through the belly, step your right leg back, our favorite high plank or Dandasana. Move to the edge of the toenails, knees, chest and chin down to the earth, bum up in the air. Slowly roll open your collarbones, lengthen, stretch. And from here into our downward facing dog, letting it go for 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees down, take a quick balasana, breathe, let it go for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly look forwards. Just feeling the spine stretch. Hands sneaking their way to the front, just like we did in the beginning. Gently lift yourself up. Swing your legs around. Come into Baddha Konasana. We're going to cool down now. Get your toes to touch, knees falling apart. Keep the length in the spine. The first habit will be to just collapse and flop into your body. But keep the spine long. Lead with your heart as you bring your head as close to your toes as you can. Right? If you want more depth in your practice, aim not to touch the head to the toes. Maybe bring the legs back to a point that's challenging for you right now. Draw back the collarbones and lengthen as much as you can. So going as deep as your body is willing to take you. Just stretch, hold, and ask yourself, when we moved through the little dynamic part of our practice, were we in awareness? Awareness not just to the practice, but awareness of how our bodies are feeling. Sometimes we tend to flow through life almost on autopilot. This awareness that you're building on the mat is to be practiced and used outside it as well. For 2, 1. Slowly lengthen your spine, keep it long. Straighten out your right leg, left foot comes to the inner thighs. Again, keeping the length in your spine, reach up with your hands. Lengthen forwards and bringing your head as close to the knees as you can. Just feeling that stretch for another 3. Breathe, surrender. The first yoga practices were not taught by a teacher or by a book. They were intuitively revealed to the practitioner. This means yoga on its own is a very intuitive practice. You have to trust your body, not mine. I'm just your guide, just a teacher to help along the way. But you know best. For 2, 1. Slowly lifting up, bring the left hand behind your hips. Semicircle open, just arch and stretch, lifting, opening, eyes on your fingertips for another 2. 1, slowly dropping our hips down. Same thing on the other side. Left leg out, right foot to the inner thighs. Again, reaching up. Roll your shoulders inwards as you reach up and bring your hands to your legs, forehead to the knee. Just stretch. And as you do here, just be aware, is your left and right side even? And if not, why isn't it? We often use one side of the body more than the other. Today we're trying to balance both sides. So lengthen, stretch, bring your forehead down as much as you can. Bring awareness, my dear. Bring awareness. For another 2. Belly in. Lengthen through the spine for 1. Reaching it up. Take your right hand behind your back. Semicircle, open, stretch, release for another 3. 2. 1. Slowly coming back and lengthening our spines to the front of the mat. Bring your hands parallel to the floor. Roll back your collarbones. Make sure the toes are not swirling out, but they're flat. Keep the spine as tall as you physically can. Drop your shoulders down. We're coming down for the counts of 5, 4, 3, slowly like a raindrop falling in slow motion for 2, and 1. Good, lie back down. Hug your knees in, just draw circles, giving your lower back a gentle release. We're letting go of any tension. If you have more pain in your lower back, you can even come into something we have, Ananda Balasana. Hands on your toes, knees moving into your armpits. Draw down the shoulder blades and keep the hip bones down. Pulling the knees into the armpits. Just sway, release, play with your body. Slowly bringing your feet down to the floor. Your fingertips are going to touch the base of your heels. That's the alignment, okay? Draw down the shoulder blades. Immediately the back will want to arch off the floor. Squeeze in the belly so the back is flat. Your hip flexors are active. Keeping this tightness in the tummy, you want to gently lift up through your hips and maybe sneak your shoulders underneath. Big toes pushing down. Don't let your knees go open. Bring them back. Lift, lift, lift. Imagine I had a little hook around your hip joints and I'm lifting it up to the sky for 2. And 1. Slowly lowering the hips back down. Good. And slowly from here, opening our feet to touch the outer edges of the mat. I want you to take your hands up above you, grabbing hold of either elbow and just gently swish from left to the right, just bringing movement into our spines for another 3, 2, and 1. Once your back feels a bit neutral, squeeze in the belly, lifting the legs up to 90 degrees. As your legs are here, look at your own tummy. If it's pushing up, squeeze it back down. Okay. Hands go by your side. We're just going to do a little bit of core work. So I want you to slowly bring the legs down for the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, slow motion, okay? 3, don't let the head come off. 2, 1, few inches off the floor. Just hold for 3, 2, 1, coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping it up here, squeeze in the belly, lift the head up, hands go parallel. Just stay. For 4, don't let the knees bend, keep it tight, okay? For 3, just holding the shape. For 2, relax the shoulders. For 1, bring the legs a few inches off the floor, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, lifting back up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax it back. Hug the knees in, let it go, let it go. Ebb and flow. Just when you thought it had all ended, we added a little bit of a surprise. But that's life, huh? The moment you think everything is okay, there'll always be one little challenge that will creep up down your back. For 2, 1, hug the right knee, relax the left thigh out. We're cooling down finally. Bringing the right knee out to our shoulders, squeeze it in. You're using the tops of the thighs to push into the body and give your upper body a gentle massage. Rather, the internal organs that are located right here. We're massaging it all for another 3, 2, and for 1. Slowly bring the right knee across, twist. Eyes on your right shoulders. Never let the right shoulder pop off and twist. Keep the right shoulder rooted. Eyes on your right fingertips. Just moving in. Feeling it across the mid-back section, the bum. For another 4. 3. Breathe, let it go. You worked hard. Must learn how to slow down as well. For 2. And 1. Slowly come back. Other side, okay? So gently hugging your opposite knee and relaxing this leg out. Rolling it out and up to the shoulders. Just for another 4. Breathe. Slow it down internally and externally for 3. If you like, close your eyes. For 2. 1 leg goes across, twisting, releasing. Again, remember left shoulder stays down. Twist as deep as you're willing to go. And remember, every day the body is a little bit different. Certain days you're very flexible, certain days you're feeling really tight, and that's okay. Bring awareness, not judgment. Sadly, both on and off the mat, we bring judgment and not awareness. It's like, oh, today I'm like this, today I'm like that. Today you are just you. Let go, surrender. Trust your inner wisdom. For 2. And 1, slowly come back. Hug both knees in really nice and deep. And then gently release into a final Shavasana. Your toes fall out, your heels slightly rolling in. Shoulders underneath you as your palms face the ceiling. Close your eyes and let your body just melt like ice cream into the floor. And let your mind settle into some silence. Be quiet both internally and externally. You want to spend at least 2 to 3 minutes at the bare minimum in Shavasana. Because Shavasana is where the muscle memory sets in. And hopefully, even the mental memory of trying to be aware and not judgmental. Just breathe, relax. If your mind is wandering, bring it back to your breath. Just to the up and down movement of your spine, or rather of your belly. Rest, let go. Just slowly, once you're done, moving our fingertips and our toes. Keeping the eyes closed, just curl to your right side. And slowly, when you're ready, lift up and come to seated on your mat with your eyes closed. Just settle down. We're going to seal our class with our Namaste. So bringing our palms to our third eye. Just reminding ourselves to have clear and loving thoughts. Fingertips to our throat. Reminding ourselves to speak words of love and compassion, courage and wisdom. And finally, fingertips to our heart center. Reminding ourselves to have clear and noble intentions. Well done, you guys, and thank you so much for sharing your practice with me.
Namaste.